Jackson spends a majority of the drive petting socks and looking at the baseball. Dude, do you know how rare these actually are?
It's got to be insanely rare. Elvis Presley's been dead for years.
I've only ever seen one, and it was in a photo.
Oh, man. Oren would love this.
I don't know who that is, but I agree.
The Baron. The Baron. The
guy.
Baron.
Yes, forgot his name. Apologies.
It's all good. I met him like 3 times. See, I just remember he's orange.
Okay, that works, yeah.
Matt seems very proud of himself on that one too, but that may be residual proud of himself for stealing from a 60-year-old man.
You spend half the drive back, occasionally lunging forward to catch the baseball as it rolls across the dash at every turn.
It's worth it.
At Oren's place, D'Amico, did you make any other stops before you got here?
No.
The music is loud and capable of being heard halfway down the street.
D'Amico looks for a suitable parking place and will get out and walk.
The Baron's place looks like a miniature Gothic mansion. It is old and ostentatious and at the end of a lane of abandoned houses. There's a wrought iron fence that surrounds the property, but the gate is not locked.
I do recall no cameras, 3 security guards last time I was here casing. Makes sense. Is there a guard at the gate?
There is not.
Is there a intercom or anything?
No, there is an old door knocker in the shape of a gargoyle with a ring through its nose. At the house, the gate itself is unlocked and doesn't have a call box or anything next to it.
D'Amico, after taking a moment to look around, sense the unseen, see if there's anyone out here, perhaps watching.
There, in fact, is.
That's why I took a moment.
There is perhaps the strangest looking kindred you've ever seen, if kindred in fact it is.
Hello.
Corpse-like, skeletal with glowing red eyes, and an AK-47.
Where is that thing?
He is standing next to the door of the house.
He's inside the perimeter of the gate that I have not crossed yet. Okay. That is for sure some security. He is invited though. D'Amico knows that. He will take a moment, think in his head, if that AK comes up, if something weird is going on here, if that's a Sabbat for some crazy reason, and he just walked into a bad situation, he thinks of where the cover spots are around. He'll dive for cover. He composes himself and heads past the gate, watching this thing's reaction very carefully.
The music blares from inside, rattling the windows on occasion, but the creature, the corpse, watches you. Its glowing eyes follow you, but makes no move to lift the weapon.
Steps up very close, knocks the door knocker, steps back so he can keep the creature in his view while still showing himself clearly to anyone looking through the door.
Mm-hmm. The music continues to blare. Awkward wait as nothing happens.
I think at this point, he's gonna take a chance, turn to the thing. Should I just go in and see its reaction?
He jumps a little bit as if startled and stands up a little bit straighter. Yeah. You just walk in. They can't hear you with music inside.
Only polite, I wasn't sure. Thanks. Oh, by the way, got a name?
AK.
D'Amico. Pleasure to meet you, AK. Keep up the good work.
Ain't got much choice. He'll gesture for you to walk in.
D'Amico arches an eyebrow at that comment, and he heads inside.
He will follow you in.
I pause, and I'll say, kind of like midway in, oh, do you always come along with?
Yep, I'll follow all the guests.
Makes sense. Alright. I would like to insight just to make sure that he's not a Spagg assassin. I'm super paranoid right now. Because this would be really awkward if I just trusted him at face value.
The beast takes a swipe at something, at him, at the tainted blood that causes him to look like that. You are certain that he's not lying to you, but increase your hunger by 1.
Back here again. Same way it was last night.
Through the halls with dancing people and strobing colorful lights, the music pounding in your chest, you come to the drawing room. The guard looks you up and down. Got your point. He will open the door.
Thank you. I head inside. AK follows in.
AK does in fact follow in and stands in a corner.
I pretend to ignore him for politeness sake.
Oren seems to do the same, or genuinely can't see him. Ah, D'Amico!
Baron Oren, pleasure.
Ah, my newest, what do we call them? Subject? My newest friend, shall we say.
Yeah, newest neighbor, newest renter, whatever you want.
Tenant, that works.
Yeah, I like that. After all, you're the Baron, you own the land.
He is lounging on the couch this time. There is a woman sitting next to him, buffing his nails. On the table are 3 bags of blood and a glass stained from use.
D'Amico's eyes, of course, fixate on the blood for a minute, but pulls it away back up to the Baron.
Ah, would you like a taste? It is fresh, bagged tonight.
How could I turn down such a generous, hospitable offer? Shall we share one together?
Of course. He'll pour out some of the bag that's already been opened, propped up neatly.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything. I didn't realize you were entertaining a guest.
Oh, her? No, not entertainment, just help.
Ah, is this her vintage?
No, actually. He gives a sly smile. I have made a connection with a local supplier. We can get fresh on certain days of the month, but I figured I should have a reserve of bagged blood in case of famine.
A most wise precaution.
He shrugs. Never know when we need to lie low for a moment.
It's not to everyone's taste, but if you could get it fresh enough, better than the alternatives.
Ms. Bishop seems to be confident she can extend the preservation techniques without affecting the taste.
Mhm.
I am not convinced myself, but I give her time. Ms. Nguyen, you can go. He'll wave off the woman who's doing his nails. She will bow and leave. He gestures for you to sit down to business and raises to toast the glass.
I take the glass offered and raise it as well. Sniffing it, getting that scent of blood and bouquet.
There is something simmering on the surface of it. A mist of orange and red and gold.
Does it look supernatural?
It does indeed, and he does
Okay.
not seem to notice as he drinks.
D'Amico will sip it and see what he feels.
It is blood. It is sweet and coppery. The feeling of drinking it feels like a cheeseburger. It feels like fast food. There's not the experience of the kiss. There's not the ecstasy, but it is tasty and nourishing.
It takes self-control to resist taking a deeper gulp. But he licks a little bit from the lip and then puts it down, patient, giving it a moment to air.
The mist that's settled on top of it is disturbed by unseen air currents. It lingers in the bottom of the glass that he emptied.
Well. Oren, I must say, I am delighted to be here tonight. I not only wanted another opportunity to talk to you about the art in your home, but the opportunity to do this job to show what I'm capable of in a useful manner to you.
He gives a predatory smile. A job it is. I must say that it took me some time to decide on my favorite, but I could never resist a bit of wordplay and lucky chance. There is an artist who will be attending this event. I believe he's giving opening speeches and must be allowed to do so. I have some contacts who are very excited to hear such a thing, but neither here nor there. His name is Matthew Day Jackson.
Good.
He smiles.
Matthew Day Jackson. Tell me a bit about him, if you don't mind sharing details.
Lives alone, but takes certain company. He is not wealthy by my estimations, but spends what he does have on what he considers to be the finer things in life. I haven't got his address, simply his name caught my eye on the schedule for the event, and I must say I'm impressed.
Do you mind if I take notes? Pulls out a little notepad, flips it.
Certainly. That's most of what I know. I haven't sent anyone off to specifically find where his domicile is, although I suppose that's what I'm doing now. He smiles.
I'll take care of it.
You are encouraged to be generous. In the end, he will be bonded. While I would prefer the first few nights to go smoothly, his consent is not mandatory.
Does he have any attachments, any people in his life, family, friends, that are particularly involved with his life?
Sounds like he's got an estranged daughter from what I've read, but other than that, I don't know.
No romantic interests?
None that last more than a night or two.
And the daughter, is the mother anywhere in the equation?
I haven't heard anything about her.
What sort of art does he do?
Impressionist, my favorite.
Paintings? Do you know if he has a studio or does his work at his home?
I assume he does his work at his home, but I'm not sure. He works in wood, oil paint, epoxy. He works in many mediums.
For the bonding, personal touch, would you be willing to take some time to visit him or have him come to you?
Well, I had anticipated you bringing him directly to me, but my presence itself should be able to sway him if you can find me his domicile.
I think I can get him to come pay you a visit. My thought was perhaps presenting you as a wealthy patron who wanted to fund and offer him discretion to really take his art to the next level.
Yes. I can see how that might be seems a tempting offer, but
Might also push him away.
yes, he has a anti-authoritarian streak that I like about him, but that also might prove troublesome.
What about this then? Perhaps you, instead of trying to fund him and buy him, as many artists can be picky about those things, what if you wanted to commission a particular piece for a friend of yours or a loved one? And of course, you would want to meet with him to see if this arrangement could be secured for an anniversary, something important. You know how artists love to have their work immortalized. It's impressionist, perhaps not a person, perhaps some sort of symbolism.
A piece, a concept, perhaps mortality or immortality. I would love to see what he does with that.
I could see how that could take on a very personal meaning to you as well, for your own gallery, in the end, after all.
Indeed. He will gesture around at the artwork.
I like that angle if you like that.
It will serve. There is another individual that I wish to be found, but not for myself.
Oh,
Yes.
flips page.
There's a man named James Spagg. He is the director of... Oh, what was the name of the thing? It shamelessly anachronized TVAP. It's the public broadcasting of Portland. I mean to make a connection.
Okay. Will he be attending the gallery?
I would hope so.
You said he is a media director?
Yes. He runs the public access television, and also, if I'm not incorrect, hosts some sort of a nude television call-in program.
Interesting.
In any case, he's an eccentric individual, but a connection I need to make.
How do you want this meeting to be arranged? Funding for his public services? I know they're always looking for donation. Keep them on the air.
Funding, sure. I could certainly scrape loose some money, but this one, I suppose it can be proffered as a business proposition. The kindred that you came in with last time is interested in the subject, and I might as well reach out before it becomes asked of me.
Understood. So set up a meeting with him. Where and when would you like this? Assuming I can make the arrangements.
For this James Spagg, I don't necessarily need a meeting with him so much as to know his address, his location, and daily routine. You seem an investigative type.
Get a background dossier written up on him is what you need?
Indeed.
Okay, that can be arranged.
He will spend the rest of the visit taking you on a tour of all of his art on the walls.
D'Amico lets down the business persona for a minute to actually get a little bit more enthusiastic, especially when he finds his favorite piece, the most beautiful piece in the collection. Subjective.
You find yourself fumbling for words. You're certain that you know the qualities of these things. You know which ones you like, and you know why you like them, but you struggle to express them in ways that he finds satisfying.
It is beautiful. Yes.
In the end, he is perhaps a little bit disappointed that he couldn't have a more in-depth discussion with you about the art, but you don't seem to have made an enemy.
D'Amico inwardly sighs a little bit, especially since he got a little passionate, but 'tis what 'tis.
Unfortunate, it led to a bit of over-enthusiastic tongue-tiedness.
It does happen. Before I go, I know that Candy wanted me to give him a message, which I would like to, but I'm trying to think how to segue that. Baron Oren, I was going to also look into the artwork that you were interested in. Is there any particular pieces at the art gallery after it goes on display that you would say would be your favorite?
He gives almost a shy smile at that. There is a piece, but I would need some discretion. It doesn't quite fit the aesthetic.
Art is always something to be discreet about, I understand.
Scheduled to be displayed at the exhibit is Bruce Naumann's Double Poke in the Eye. It's a neon installment. It may be somewhat tricky to get to me, but I leave the difficulties to you.
Perfect. I will see what can be done and hopefully have a surprise for you after the gallery showing. Since I'm working with Candy's coterie, I was remembering she had mentioned something to me that I thought she wanted you to know.
Candy.
She mentioned someone by the name of Holman. She wanted to let you know that she was looking into that to take care of.
Is there something wrong with Holden?
I don't know. I think that she wanted to make sure that you were aware that she was taking care of whatever it is.
Well, I get my drugs from him, so if by taking care of the air quotes you mean kill, I would urge you not to do that.
She didn't give me that impression, no. The wording was rather vague. I don't want to give you the wrong impression. I hope that what she means is in your benefit. Perhaps she's taking care of him in a helping him way.
He'll give a little eyebrow raise.
I know.
I know how it sounds.
It is Candy.
I always help people.
I was perhaps overly stern with her the other day. If you can relay to her that she is persona non grata, I would appreciate it.
It'd be my pleasure to convey that. Who knows, maybe she'll find another surprise for you like what we're hoping to get after this. I don't want to take up more of your time. We live in the same neighborhood now, so I'm sure we'll find another night to get together.
My door is open.
Oh, excellent drink, by the way. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. I shall have to make another order.
Indeed. Be seeing you. Tips an imaginary hat.
Be seeing you. AK will follow you out.
Mm-hmm.
As you exit the outer door, he gets back into position and leans against the wall, cradling the AK-47. He nods at you. Have a good night.
You too. Take care. If you ever do side work, I definitely would love to have someone who could protect me if, there's scary people.
Wish that I could, but not until...
Till the boon's paid.
What little cracked skin at the edge of his skull there is splits a little bit more. Yeah, you get it.
I do. Well, if you need a hand, someone that knows what's going on, then call upon me. I'm not much for he nods to the AK, but I have a certain other set of skills that might be useful.
He shrugs. Hey, you can see me. I enjoy the conversation.
I'll let you get back to your night. See you around, AK.
See you around.
Oh, AK, by the way, have you seen her name was Fifi?
Baron's bow. She ain't been around in a few nights. That's unlike her.
Okay. I was just hoping to meet her. I heard so much. We're both K-Tiff.
He'll shrug. Sometimes no clan's better than some clan.
Yeah. Well, keep at it. See you around. And he heads for his car.
Where are you headed now?
Back to the club.
Okay.
He's got some research and things to do, but he wants to regroup with anyone that's available.
Everybody is headed back to the lounge.